Hello everyone, today I'll be showing you my BIOS setup. I've been asked by a couple of people to make a video about it, simply because I got my system running at 4.8 GHz with only a couple of BIOS changes. Um, Long story short, I lost my previous settings after a BIOS update, and since I changed a lot of things around, I couldn't remember everything. So I just tried to set up the multiplier and the vCore. The system booted. I tried a couple of 3D renders and a couple of video renders. The system didn't crash. I tried to play, it didn't crash either. So I just let it be. And since then it's been rock solid. Let me just point out that not every CPU, RAM or motherboard behaves the same way with identical settings. So even though this is working on my system, it doesn't mean it will work on identical ones. Okay? So, if you haven't noticed by now, I'm already on my BIOS, cycling through my options. And this is the first thing I changed, the AI overclock timer. I changed it to XMP for it to be easier to set up the RAMs. They normally bring some factory profiles, and this way I can assure they're running stable. I changed profile number 1 and everything else was automatically changed and set up. I haven't changed anything else here. Throw timing, nothing. There it is, nothing. Everything is auto. Normally people say less is more, and to be honest, I think this is one of those cases. I was actually surprised the system was stable like this, and I'm pretty sure plenty of people will be skeptical about it. Well, at least I would, especially after all the adjusts I had to make on the previous BIOS. It was a struggle to get it stable at 4.8. But so far, with these new changes, I already rendered plenty of hours of video and 3D projects, and until now, I didn't have any crash or blue screens or anything. I also spent some time playing games, and so far everything is normal. Haven't changed anything in here. Okay, I changed the CPU ratio to 48 to achieve the 4800 megahertz and the Intel step speed. I normally leave it on disable, but I'm gonna let it enable for now. This won't affect the performance. This will only decrease the CPU frequency to save some power in case you're not using it. So I'm gonna leave it enabled for now, just so you guys see that the PC is running with everything on default apart from these small changes I've made. Let me see what else have I changed. Not this. Okay, I set the CPU voltage to 1.350 volts. According to many people, this is the highest you can go without compromising the lifetime of the 3930K CPU. What I usually do and what I suggest you guys to do is to find out which is the highest and the safest voltage you can use on your CPU. This will depend on which CPU you're using. Set it up and then increase the multiplier and the frequency to see how fast you can get your CPU to run at. In my opinion, this is the safest way to overclock your CPU, unless of course you're aiming for a specific clock frequency, some benchmarks, which in that case you need to adjust some other settings in order for it to run, because with only this it may not be stable. Let's see what else did I change. Nothing else is in here. Okay. Main. In here we have some system information, system date, system time, system language. You can set a BIOS password in here. I haven't touched anything. Here you can see the BIOS version I'm using, BIOS information, some other information. There's nothing to change. On advanced, in here there's a lot of stuff you can change. This is optional. I'm not gonna change it. I'm just gonna leave it this way. Because this is what I've been using, and I want you guys to see that the PC is running with its normal settings. Okay, you can change the CPU ratio in here and the Intel speed step. Let's leave it as it is. And there's nothing else you can change. Okay, system agents. Once again, this is on its default settings. I'm not gonna mess with it. Let it be. PCM configuration, high precision timer, it's enabled. SATA configuration, I changed this to AHCI mode because of the SSD drive I'm using. Disabled that plug of the SSD drive. USB configuration, it's set to use the default settings. Everything is enabled. Haven't changed anything really. The onboard devices, once again, these are optional. It depends on which case you're using, what you want to use. In my case, I'm just gonna let it be. I disabled the Bluetooth controller because I'm not gonna use it. And I changed this to AHCI mode once again because of the SSD drive. More power loss, this is the default settings. Network stack, it's set to disable. Monitor tab, let's see, this is just information, voltage and temperature information. Lots of voltage around here. Temperature monitor, some more information. I haven't changed anything in here, I don't think you can. Fan speeds, I set this to ignore, and the fan speed control, I set it to disable. It doesn't make much sense to have it enabled because I'm using a fully water-cooled system and I don't have any fans on the CPU, so in order for it not to give some boot errors or messages, I just disabled and ignored it. More, let's see, nothing in here and nothing in here either, and these are the boot devices. On the last menu, there's some flash utilities, overclock profiles. You can save your overclock profiles in here and access them quickly. Okay, let's just discard the changes and exit, just in case I might have changed anything accidentally. And let's boot into Windows. Here we go. It's booting, and there it is. Okay, I got 3D Mark 2011 running on performance mode, so you guys can check my temperatures under overclock. The CPU normally runs around 58 degrees when I'm rendering some 3D stuff or some videos, and around 45 degrees during gameplay. Here's the temperatures measured with real temp. As you can see, they go from 44, 43, 37 there, 46, nothing special. And CPU-Z here shows you the core voltage and the core speed. I'm not sure if that voltage there is correct, but that's what it shows. And the core speed 4800 megahertz. The graphic cards, which are also overclocked, as you can see in here. There's the GPU clock, memory and boost. They run around 42 degrees to 46, 47 while gameplay. I normally use EVGA precision to overclock them. And here's the temperature on the right side, 46 degrees right now while running the 3D Mark 2011. To be honest, I haven't tested the system for more than 13 minutes on Prime 95, but to me, as long as it doesn't crash while I'm doing my stuff, it's all good. That's it guys, here you have it, my BIOS details, configurations and overclock settings. So if you have any question, please leave me a message or a comment and I'll reply as soon as I can. Thank you for watching and please subscribe my channel for the latest videos. Thank you and see you soon. Bye bye.